Good morning and welcome to the Daily Journal's Newsbreak, sponsored by Renaissance Bank. Today's Monday, March 5th, and I'm your host, Emma Kent. We're going to take a look at the top news and sports stories from Northeast Mississippi, but first, let's start with your weather forecast. Today, it will be rainy with a high of 64 and a low of 42. Tomorrow will be sunny with a high of 64, a low of 35, and a 0% chance of rain. On Wednesday, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 51, a low of 32, and a 0% chance of rain. On Thursday, it'll be sunny with a high of 53, a low of 32, and a 0% chance of rain. More and more law enforcement agencies are looking to police dogs, and it's not only for their ability to find drugs and criminals. They also value their ability to reach out to the community. In a climate where police across the country are sometimes viewed in a negative light, the dogs can be a way to show a different side of law enforcement. The Tupelo Police Department currently has 5 dogs. 4 of them are cross-trained to handle tracking, apprehension, and drug location. The other dog is trained only for sniffing out explosives and is assigned to the Regional Bomb Squad. When the Tupelo Police Department K-9 unit was started more than 25 years ago, the dogs tended to be aggressive to the public. Over the years, law enforcement started looking for dogs with more social skills and calmer personalities, as well as those who worked well with children. Major Anthony Hill of the Tupelo Police Department said dogs can help break down barriers between the officers and people. Hill said people will be surprised at the number of community service events the dogs do. And while Tupelo has had dogs for nearly 3 decades, other agencies are either reestablishing canine programs or looking for a new tool to help fight crime. Those include Chickasaw County, Fulton, and West Point, among others. Legislation is alive that would provide $8 million in funds to 4-lane Mississippi Highway 145 from the mall at Barnes Crossing to Saltillo. The project was inserted into a bond bill by Senator Chad McMahon of Guntown. The bill has passed the Senate and is pending in the House. Another project McMahon wants is $1 million in bond proceeds to place a roundabout at 145 and State Highway 348 in Guntown. He said that project would help develop 145 as Rockabilly Way. Other projects McMahon is pushing for include $400,000 to help with the re-roofing of Church Street Elementary School in Tupelo and $800,000 to help with a stormwater project in Saltillo. Representative Lester Bubba Carpenter said he is hopeful the bond bill includes $1.5 million to aid with the construction of pipelines to provide water for Burnsville residents from a new Corinth well. Carpenter and Representative Nick Bain of Corinth are also vying for funds for a sewage project at Alcorn Central High School. A decision on which projects survive will likely not be made until the final days of the 2018 session, which is scheduled to end by April 1st. In 2017, the legislature did not pass a bond bill as House and Senate negotiators could not agree on a final product. And in sports, the Mississippi State women's basketball team's attempt to win its first SEC tournament title fell short on Sunday. South Carolina defeated the Bulldogs 62-51 in Sunday's SEC tournament championship game in Nashville. It was Mississippi State's first loss of the season, and it snapped the nation's longest winning streak at 32 games. Aja Wilson scored 16 points to lead South Carolina. The Gamecocks became the first SEC women's program to win 4 straight tournament championships. Mississippi State's 3-point shooter struggled, and the Bulldogs couldn't overcome South Carolina's dominance in the paint. The Gamecocks held MSU to its fewest points all season. The Bulldogs now turn their attention to the NCAA tournament, where they are expected to be a number 1 seed. The tournament bracket will be announced on March 12th. Meanwhile, the SEC men's basketball tournament will be held this week in St. Louis. Ole Miss is the 14th seed and will play South Carolina at 8:30 on Wednesday night. Mississippi State is seeded 7th and will play LSU on Thursday at 6 in the second round. That does it for Newsbreak on this Monday. Don't forget that this show is just one of the many online offerings courtesy of the Daily Journal that gets your news off the page and on the go. Check out the Capitol View webcast each week with Bobby Harrison discussing the latest in state politics. You can watch a new episode live today at 2 at djournal.com, and you can also watch a replay in the video gallery at djournal.com or on our Facebook page. Special thanks to Renaissance Bank for sponsoring Newsbreak, and remember you can catch new episodes every weekday morning at djournal.com or on our Facebook page. Thanks for joining us. I'm Emma Kent. Have a great Monday.